Welcome back. You have made it to Wade's Crafts and JohnDeeres. I'm just making a joke about my hot glue gun here. You made it to Western Kansas, Farm Boy. If you don't understand what I'm doing here, go back to my previous video, part 10. I explained everything there, what I did on the other side. I saved you all the misery of watching me grind these down smooth. I clearanced them down so that way I can get that new wheel on here. And we gotta glue these in place so they don't move on me while I'm trying to slide that wheel over. So we will get these all glued in place, and then we will give it just a little bit, and then we will see if we can successfully get that wheel installed. I'm using hot glue because it dries quicker. I thought about using silicone, but that would take forever to dry. Let's see if we can rotate this wheel around here. Okay, that's all of them. I think I'm going to leave my glue gun plugged in so it's warmed up and ready to go in case I knock some of these loose or something trying to slide that wheel on. So I'm gonna shut you off for just a few seconds, and I'll be right back once I get my cherry picker and wheel in place ready to go. Okay, we're set up here. We're gonna see if we can get this on there. Maybe I need to sweep my floor just a little bit so my wheels can roll. Looks like we need to come down just a little bit. I need to go down just a little. Sounds like I've knocked something loose somewhere. That's hot. Okay. Let's try that again. You guys still recording? think I'm gonna have to go grind on them just a little more. I didn't grind enough. So we will stop and we will bring you back in a little while. Okay, we got those all hot glued in place. Let's see if I ground them off enough to get this on there. We went all the way around, right in there. Looks to me like it needs a little bit more. It's touching. Right there. I'll put it, I got enough marks going on, I'll use an X. That way, that'll be the first time I've used an X. Okay. Got two X's on there, and here. So, oh, there's an X. That's almost there. So, I think that's gonna be close enough. Yeah. Yep. Close enough for an old tractor. Okay. Now we'll torque them. I didn't check the specs or anything. I think 90 foot-pounds will be adequate. I better get a swivel for the other one. I ain't gonna get on up in there with the socket alone. Guess I'll go ahead and do this one too. Okay. There is that. I'll check the two bottom ones again, see if anything changed. There we go. Now we got, oops, where are we at? There we are. Got one there. Got another one up there, that second one. We replaced them both. Got some Loctite on them, and they're torqued to 90 foot-pounds. So, anyways, that'll be that for tonight. Well, that's another thing off the list, and we'll keep plugging away. Hello, it's another day. Been enjoying my week off. Out here working in my shop, working on some projects, and it's Friday evening, about 8 o'clock, and I think I'm gonna call it a day, go in and take a shower and clean up, but I guess I will show you some things I've accomplished this week. So, we got that rim on this week, got the new tire put on it. Heck, still has the sticker on the tire, isn't that special? Got the fenders mounted on it. Got the sheet metal put back on around the pedestal, the seat pedestal. Still waiting on the ready sleeve that I ordered to put around this to give that a new seal, a new surface for the seal to ride on. That won't show up till next week, it looks like. So until I get that put back on, I need that on before I can fill it up with hydraulic fluid. Otherwise it's just going to run all over the place. But I am ready to, once I get that back on, get it filled up with hydraulic fluid, I got the muffler put back on because that's going to be pretty noisy. At that point I'll be ready to start it and figure out where that next leak is coming from so we can start working on that. Been working on my truck a little bit, Great White, that's what I call it. This past week, whenever I had all that wind, it ripped my mud flap. Them stupid mud flaps never seem to last. Every 6 months I'm replacing them things. Had a little problem underneath on the transmission tail shaft. I just recently put new harness on. That's what this is. Whenever the truck would sit and idle, speedometer would come up just a little bit, like you was moving 4 miles an hour, even though you're set and parked and got the brakes set and all that. And it was racking my odometer reading up. Whenever I was hauling that T-mix to Tulsa that night when I come back and park, shoot, there was a couple of nights it racked up 49 miles overnight while I'm sitting there sleeping. So hopefully we got that fixed. And I've been working on the dune buggy. I replaced 5 sensors on this thing. Replaced the exhaust sensor, the O2 sensor, I guess they call it. I'm not sure what this one's called. Idle control valve, maybe, I think is what it's called. There's another sensor right down here. I replaced that one. The map sensor down there. Here's what it used to look like. I replaced that. And a temperature sensor. And it did start and run a lot better. In fact, it kind of went to getting stupid again on me, and I did a little research, and I think this is a water-cooled motor, and I don't have the radiator on yet, so there's no coolant in the system. I think at that point it did get pretty warm, and I think the ECM is detecting that and went to messing with me. So I think I'm at the point where I need to get the radiator on, get it full of coolant. And before I do that, this thing, I took some stuff off of it. This here is my air-to-air, and it's probably is needed, but it just looked kind of janky the way whoever built this buggy had it all done up. So for temporary, I just took it off, and then I just run a hose straight from the turbo up to the throttle body here, and I just can't believe that was cooling the air that much. I mean, they had it mounted right here like this at an angle, and I just don't think there was probably that much airflow getting through, especially when you're sitting around parked. It probably needs an electric cooler or an electric fan on it to blow air, and I do plan on putting that back on, but for temporary, I think this should work. And then this thing here, I don't really like it up there, so I am going to relocate this part of it and try to do away with a lot of this tube. I think I'm just going to relocate it somewhere right here and probably have that air filter just pointing straight up, and have that right here. And if I do that, then this will free up some of this space. It'll get this out of the way, and then I can make me some radiator mounts, because I plan on mounting my radiator. The radiator used to sit down in here, and I didn't like that, because if I go busting around here somewhere and hit a mud hole, go ripping through a mud hole, it's just going to coat that radiator with mud, and I didn't like it there. That's what this is. This is part of the radiator mount. I'll take them off. So I'm gonna put the radiator right up here, and it's just gonna sit on there about like so, and I have an electric fan on it. In fact, I had it made up. It's a custom built aluminum radiator. I have it sitting back here. That's it sitting right there. So anyways, no, for some people watching, don't get excited. This isn't going nowhere anytime soon. I just watching everybody's YouTube channels and watching them working on their buggies. I had a little time, I decided to work on it. So anyways, I think we're making some progress with it, and we will keep plugging away on it. Anyways, you all have a good weekend. I'm going to go in and take a shower, and we will catch you all later.